Today I want to talk about something very important, the hidden dangers of people around us who may not have pure intentions. Many times harm does not come openly, it comes disguised in kindness, flattery or false friendship. Recognizing these dangers before they affect our hearts, minds, and even our faith is essential. Our beloved Prophet taught us to be aware of those who might wish us harm. Not everyone who smiles at us has a sincere heart. Today, I will share with you practical ways to protect yourself, safeguard your heart, and remain blessed even when surrounded by people with ill intentions. So, watch carefully and listen attentively, because understanding this could change the way you interact with people and help you maintain peace, faith, and protection in your life. In life, not everyone who appears friendly or supportive has good intentions. Many people hide their true motives behind charm, flattery, or kindness, seeking personal gain at the expense of others. Recognizing hidden evil before it can harm you is essential for protecting your emotional, financial, and spiritual well-being. Mufti Menk often emphasizes that awareness, discernment, and reliance on Allah are key to safeguarding yourself from those who might wish you harm. Understanding the nature of hidden evil often presents itself subtly. People with ill intentions rarely show their true colors immediately. Instead, they gradually reveal their motives through small actions, words, or patterns of behavior. They may manipulate, deceive, or subtly undermine others while maintaining a friendly facade. For example, someone might offer help only to later use that favor as leverage. Others may spread rumors or sow doubt while pretending to care. Recognizing these signs early is crucial. Mufti Menk highlights that one of the first steps in self-protection is understanding human behavior. Awareness allows you to observe inconsistencies, hidden agendas, and subtle attempts at manipulation before they escalate into major harm. Words can be deceiving, but actions often reveal true intentions. Those with hidden evil frequently repeat harmful patterns over time. They may consistently take advantage of trust, create conflict, or subtly influence decisions for personal benefit. Mufti Menk teaches that patience and observation are vital. Instead of reacting impulsively, take time to notice how people behave over weeks or months. Genuine people demonstrate consistency between their words and actions. In contrast, those with ill intentions often show contradictions, promising one thing but delivering another, expressing concern while subtly creating obstacles, or praising you publicly while undermining you privately. Beyond observation, intuition plays a critical role in recognizing hidden evil. Often, a gut feeling or inner discomfort arises when you interact with someone whose intentions are not pure. Mufti Menk emphasizes listening to these feelings as part of spiritual discernment. Faith and prayer strengthen this awareness. When you consistently turn to Allah for guidance, your ability to perceive hidden motives improves. Seeking protection through dua and reciting Quranic verses such as Ayat al-Kursi or the last 2 verses of Surah al-Baqarah creates a spiritual shield that enhances your discernment. Recognizing hidden evil is not enough on its own, action is required. Setting boundaries is an essential step to protect yourself from manipulation or harm. Boundaries may include limiting personal information shared, being cautious in trusting favors, or carefully selecting the company you keep. Mufti Menk stresses that protecting yourself is not about suspicion of everyone, it's about prudence. You can maintain kindness and fairness while still ensuring your safety. Clear boundaries prevent others from exploiting your trust and reduce the risk of emotional or financial harm. No one is immune to being deceived. Consulting wise and trustworthy people, mentors, family members, or knowledgeable scholars can provide perspective on suspicious behavior. Sharing your observations allows for objective feedback and ensures that you are not overreacting to misunderstandings. Mufti Menk highlights that community and knowledge play a vital role in safeguarding against hidden evil. A support system grounded in Islamic ethics can help you navigate challenges without compromising your faith or integrity. Recognizing hidden evil before it hurts you requires awareness, patience, intuition, spiritual reliance on Allah. By observing patterns, listening to your inner feelings, setting clear boundaries, and seeking guidance from trusted sources, you protect yourself from harm while maintaining compassion and fairness in your interactions. Hidden evil often hides behind charm and false kindness, but with vigilance and spiritual mindfulness, you can see through deception and prevent harm. Mufti Menk's teachings remind us that awareness combined with faith is the most effective shield against those who seek to hurt us. Protecting yourself is not an act of fear. It is a proactive step toward a safe, peaceful, and spiritually grounded life. In a world filled with diverse personalities, not everyone around us has pure intentions. Some people may seek to harm, manipulate, or negatively influence our thoughts, emotions, and faith. Mufti Menk emphasizes that protecting the heart and mind from toxic influence is essential, not only for spiritual well-being, but also for emotional stability and personal growth. Guarding yourself requires awareness, faith, and practical strategies that maintain your integrity while shielding you from harm. Toxic influence often appears subtly, come from individuals who manipulate, criticize unfairly, or attempt to instill doubt in your thoughts, actions, or beliefs. Sometimes toxic influence may be disguised as advice, friendship, or concern. These individuals exploit trust and vulnerability, impacting your confidence, peace of mind, and even your relationship with Allah. Mufti Menk stresses that recognizing these subtle forms of negativity is the first step toward protection. Being aware of patterns such as constant criticism, dishonesty, jealousy, or attempts to lead you away from your values allows you to take proactive steps before their influence escalates. Guarding the heart and mind is not just a psychological necessity, it is a spiritual one. Islam teaches that the heart is the center of faith and moral strength. Negative influences can erode this foundation, weakening your resolve, faith, and ethical compass. Mufti Menk advises seeking protection through supplication and Quranic recitation, daily prayers reciting Ayat al-Kursi, Surah al-Falaq, and Surah an-Nas, asking Allah for guidance and protection create a spiritual shield around the heart. When the heart is anchored in faith, toxic words, jealousy, or malicious behavior have less power to harm. One of the most effective ways to protect the heart and mind is by carefully selecting the people you spend time with, surrounding yourself with individuals who encourage positivity, honesty, and righteousness strengthens your spiritual and emotional resilience. Mufti Menk often highlights the influence of companions, citing that good company can motivate you toward noble actions, while harmful company can lead to destructive habits and negative thinking. Choosing friends, mentors, colleagues who align with your values and inspire growth is a proactive defense against toxic influence. Boundaries are a practical way to guard your mind. This involves limiting exposure to people, conversations, or situations that consistently bring negativity, doubt, or anxiety. Boundaries are not about isolation, they are about protecting your emotional and spiritual energy. For example, someone repeatedly criticizes you unfairly or tries to manipulate decisions. It is wise to reduce interactions or communicate limits clearly. Mufti Menk emphasizes that maintaining respect while protecting yourself is not selfish. It is necessary for your well-being and spiritual stability. Resilience against toxic influence comes from inner strength. Regular self-reflection, mindfulness, and connecting deeply with Allah nurture mental and emotional fortitude. By strengthening your awareness, you learn to discern advice from manipulation, guidance from deception, and genuine concern from hidden agendas. Practices like daily dua, gratitude, journaling, reflections, maintaining positive habits reinforce your inner stability. Mufti Menk stresses that a heart grounded in faith is less likely to be shaken by malicious intentions or harmful speech. Begin the day with prayers and recitations to anchor your spirit. Be mindful of your social interactions. Recognize patterns of manipulation or negativity. Limit unnecessary exposure to toxic people or environments. Surround yourself with supportive, trustworthy, and morally upright companions. Regularly seek Allah's guidance through dua for protection against evil influences. Guarding your heart and mind from toxic influence is a combination of spiritual vigilance, awareness, and practical action. Mufti Menk teaches that while we cannot control everyone around us, we can control how we respond and whom we allow into our lives. Faith, boundaries, and wise companionship form a shield against negativity. Protecting your heart is not an act of fear, but a necessary step to maintain your emotional, mental, and spiritual health. When the heart is strong and anchored in Allah, toxic influence loses its power and you remain steadfast in your purpose, growth, and righteousness. In a world where not everyone around you has pure intentions, taking proactive measures to protect yourself is essential. Mufti Menk emphasizes that staying safe from people with ill intentions is not just about avoiding harm. It is about creating an environment where your heart, mind, and spirit remain secure and blessed. These practical steps combine wisdom, faith, and actionable strategies to safeguard yourself from manipulation, deceit, and negativity. Strengthen your connection with Allah. The foundation of protection lies in a strong spiritual connection. A heart anchored in Allah is resilient against harm, envy, and malicious intent. Daily prayers, supplications, and remembrance of Allah create a spiritual shield around your life. Mufti Menk encourages regular recitation of Ayat al-Kursi, Surah al-Falaq, Surah an-Nas, and the last two verses of Surah al-Baqarah, which provide protection from evil influences. Making dua for guidance, protection, and clarity strengthens your awareness and shields you from those who might seek to harm you. A person who relies on Allah with sincerity and faith becomes difficult for ill-intentioned people to manipulate or deceive. Not all hidden dangers are obvious at first glance. Individuals with bad intentions often disguise themselves with charm, flattery, or kindness. Mufti Menk advises observing patterns of behavior over time rather than judging based on initial impressions. Key signs to watch for include inconsistencies between words and actions, repeated attempts to influence or manipulate your decisions, or subtle attempts to create conflict. By discerning true intentions early, you can take appropriate steps to protect yourself while maintaining good manners and fairness. Awareness and patience are crucial in identifying potential harm without jumping to false conclusions. Boundaries are a practical and effective way to protect yourself. This includes both emotional and physical limits in your interactions. For instance, you may choose to share personal information selectively, avoid unnecessary confrontation, or reduce exposure to those who consistently cause stress or negativity. Mufti Menk emphasizes that boundaries are not acts of mistrust. They are a form of self-care. By clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not in your relationships, you safeguard your energy, time, and mental well-being. Boundaries also prevent manipulation and reduce the risk of falling prey to harmful intentions. Companionship plays a significant role in shaping your environment. Associating with honest, righteous, supportive individuals provides not only protection but also encouragement for personal and spiritual growth. Mufti Menk highlights that good company can guide you, reinforce positive habits, create a buffer against negativity. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire ethical behavior, empathy, and kindness strengthens your ability to resist toxic influence. Conversely, staying away from those who are consistently dishonest or envious reduces opportunities for harm. Self-awareness helps you recognize when someone is attempting to influence or harm you. Time to reflect on your interactions, your decisions, and your emotional responses. Journaling, meditation, or prayerful reflection are practical ways to gain clarity about situations and people around you. Mufti Menk emphasizes that regular reflection helps you stay grounded in your values, prevents impulsive reactions, and increases your discernment. A person who understands themselves and their boundaries is less vulnerable to deceit, manipulation, or harmful influence. Being informed and guided by Islamic teachings provides wisdom to navigate complex social situations. Learning about human behavior, ethics, religious principles equips you with the tools to make wise decisions. Consulting scholars, mentors, or trusted advisors can offer insight and perspective when dealing with difficult or suspicious individuals. Mufti Menk encourages seeking guidance from knowledgeable and trustworthy sources to ensure that your responses are balanced, ethical, and effective. Knowledge combined with faith empowers you to act confidently while avoiding unnecessary confrontation. Staying safe and blessed requires a combination of faith, awareness, boundaries, and wise companionship. Mufti Menk teaches that while you cannot control the intentions of others, you can control your response and the environment you create for yourself. By strengthening your connection with Allah, observing people carefully, setting boundaries, surrounding yourself with positive companions, maintaining self-awareness, and seeking knowledge, you protect yourself from harm while inviting blessings into your life. Protection is not about fear. It is about wisdom, foresight, and faith. A heart grounded in faith and a life guided by principles are shields against ill intentions. These practical steps empower you to live with confidence, peace, and spiritual security, ensuring that negativity and harmful intentions cannot disrupt your path toward a blessed and righteous life.